Hello everyone,
and welcome back to another episode of the Allotment Family Diary. So in this episode, what's going on?
I'm going to be tidying up the sweet corn, making sure everything's all right because if it's windy they're inclined to bend over. I'm going to be harvesting blackcurrants, gooseberries, tidying around the wild garden, and I'm going to make a bug house in the wild garden.
So you're really busy.
Yes.
Tilly's got loads of stuff to do, whereas you'll see what happens on mine and Hans' plot. Well, you'll just get to that bit and you'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's crack on with the episode.
Yeah, get cracking. It's Saturday morning and I'm up at the plot because it's sunny and I think it's going to rain for the next few days. I've just made myself a cup of coffee and I'm by the wild area, which is behind me. I'm just going to do some clearing out and I've got a little idea to make a nice little shaded area to put a chair in there. I know it is a wildlife area, but it's got really overgrown and I'm desperate to find some fresh grass so I can dig up like turfs for the chickens because they really like that. So I thought I'd probably do the two. It started to rain, typical, so I've just come in the polytunnel, which is opposite the wildlife plot. With these daisies that I actually love, I'm not going to pull them out or anything like that. I'm just going to like cut them about down to here, just below where the last flower is, because then they'll come again. You'll get another flush of flowers. It won't be as virulent as the first flush of flowers, but it will come again and produce a nice load of colour. This is the rubbish that I've collected so far that I've cut down. I'm not going to do too much, to be honest. I've just opened it up a little bit so that the air can circulate. Right, it's now 2:15. So what I've done is I've cleared out, I showed you as I've been going along. That's as much as I'm doing on that pond area because it's sort of given it a bit more air to breathe, and I've taken off a lot of the heads but left some for seeds and food for insects. Nick is just harvesting the blackcurrants. This is what he's got so far. They look quite nice and plump. I have been feeding them fostrogen every 7 to 10 days and they did have a nice mulch in the spring, but the crop isn't as big as it normally is. I'm not sure whether that's birds or again the weather. So more than likely the weather. It's a lovely big bush. I've only got one. I might actually next year.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I think they've been a bit neglected over the years, a lot of our fruit bushes, and they need a really good prune, which none of us are very good at. So I'm going to have a really good look. Or if someone can advise, how do you prune blackcurrant bushes and gooseberry bushes? This blackcurrant again is about 10 years old. My sister gave it to me and it's got really rather floppy and I end up tying it and propping it up. It's decent enough.
Yeah, but I'm going to make some blackcurrant jam or possibly gin. I have got some gin at home to do some flavouring this weekend, so we'll see. Just thought I'd film a few of the bunches whilst I'm in here. There's quite a lot of fruit on them actually. Gooseberries and blackcurrants, and I'll weigh them when we get home. Well done for picking them, Nick.
Well, it's Thursday evening, it's about 6:15, and obviously I'm at the plot. Where else would I be? I had a lovely walk in the forest today with Tor, and we explored an abandoned pet cemetery, which was a little bit spooky but quite peaceful at the same time. Did actually film a vlog of that, so if you do want to check it out, it's on the members only section. If you do want to become a channel member, please do so, support the channel and get access to lots of behind the scenes things that we are filming along the way, which is great fun because we're kind of breaking away from the plot but still kind of keeping it nature related. So yeah, at the plot today, I'm at a bit of a loose end, to be quite honest, because things are like still growing on steadily. I don't actually have any big builds to do at the moment. I like building stuff, building things here and there, but I mean a lot of it's down to like money as well, because it's not cheap, buying timber and things like that. I still got part of the bamboo fence to finish, and that involves getting more bamboo and wood to do that. Got plans to do things in the polytunnel, but obviously stuff's growing there and I'm going to have to wait till the end of the growing season to be able to get to grips with that. I am thinking about the sprouts that are going to be planted in soon and the black magic kale. That will be in the plot where our new potatoes are, so the biggest plot that we've got, but we're going to divide that into two, so it makes sort of two smaller plots because it's just too big. We're not going to grow as many potatoes as we did last time, new potatoes next year. We're not going to do that because it's just too many. We're still like halfway through. Plus we do have plans for next year, and we are really going to mix things up between Han, myself and Tilly and Nick. We are going to completely mix things up. So season 3 next year, that is going to be a really good one to watch. Plans in the work. I won't say any more about it yet, but it's going to be interesting. So yeah, a loose end at the plot. I mean, normally when it gets like this and I've really got nothing else important to do, I resort to weeding. Do you guys do that? If you've got nothing else to do but you really want to crack on with something, do you weed? What's your go-to job when you're a bit bored at the allotment? Let me know. I'd love to hear. I will start with that tonight. I'm going to weed out the beet plot because it needs doing. Half of it's done. I put in some more beets the other day, so we've got a full quota except for the front row, which we've harvested, and yeah, it needs weeding badly. And let's see how far into the evening it takes me. Today is going to be a really nice evening, and tomorrow is going to be a really nice day, really nice evening, and Saturday I believe it's going to be raining a bit, but we're going to come up and crack on with some more weeding probably. A real fun week this week. I'm glad there's stuff going on at Tilly's plot because yeah, it's just weeds here. Welcome back to the beet plot. Here it is. So here's all the new beets I put in the other day. The ground was dug up, compost added. There's a lot of chili flakes to keep the old sluggos away. Here we have a lovely row of Detroit number 2. Here we have some more golden beets and golden beets here, and a couple of the originals left, and there's all the weeds, and oh, there's a little poppy in there. So this is what needs weeding out today. Let's see how far I get with this. I don't think I'll film me weeding because it's you guys weed yourselves. Do you really want to watch someone else doing it? I don't know. Oh, a visitor. Hello. I love Midnight. She's my favourite cat up here. Don't tell Sylvie I said that, please. But Midnight is so sweet. Yeah, so the weeding's going okay. We're getting there. Oh, Midnight. Hi. She's got like a little face that kind of like reminds me of a vampire bat. Right, so we got a bucket of weeds. So I think rather than just filming me weeding loads, I'm just going to film the buckets. Let's see how many buckets of weeds we can get out of this patch here. How many do you reckon? Leave a number in the comments now. Let's put that in the compost bin. Hi Sylvie, your friend Midnight was here just now. Hi. Bucket number 2, and just to keep the old mind stimulated, I'm keeping a stone bucket because I figure I can clear the ground of stones, well obviously not all of them, and keep these for putting in the bottom of plant pots for drainage or other little jobs that stones might be needed for. Bucket number 3, so if you guess 3 buckets you are correct. And there's a stone haul, and over here is a load of bindweed which I'm just going to let dry out and then put in the compost once it's all dead. Right, compost bin for you. Well, it is now about 9 o'clock. Everything's been weeded and I have dug it over with the fork. I've even mounded up the existing beets a little bit because it's not really going to have any benefit to the growth, but apparently it will help stop pests. And it seems to have worked so far. A couple of old beets here to be picked. I'm going to leave those in the ground. Yeah, it's taken hours. It's one of those little jobs that you think, oh yeah, I'll just do that quickly, and it ends up taking all night. Anyway, the last job to do, because we're going to be putting more beets in here. I've got more growing in the polytunnel, a lot more. There's going to be another row going at the top in that space. Yeah, more going in here as well. And beets like quite a fine soil. So I'm using this old ancient hoe. I didn't buy one at the garden centre. If you watched that the other day, I didn't actually get one because I'm not paying 40 quid for a brand new hoe. When this one is tiny, but it does the job. So yeah, all I do, I'm just going to go through and break up all the chunky bits of mud. I was going to say rock, but I've got rid of quite a lot of stones now. So yeah, that's me probably until about 9:30 this evening doing this. Oh, and then watering as well. And then I'll probably see more weeds that I decide I want to pull up. And then I'll start looking at the tomatoes and deciding that I want to have a snip of those. And then I might actually look at peas and decide I want to pick a few peas. And then I'll probably find something going on with pumpkins. I might have to take the flowers off the pumpkins. And then I'll probably decide to tidy up the shed. And then I might take a look at pruning the tomatoes.
Right, so this bed is weeded now all over. As you can see, I've taken off all the weeds because it is quite damp. It's been raining a lot today, and it's quite humid now. So I don't want them actually, the rain, when they land on their little roots, starting them off growing again, as does happen. So I like to get rid of them all. As I said before, if it's a really hot day, you can leave the little ones there, but actually I don't like doing that. I just like to get rid of them all. So there we are. Now these are F1 incredible sweet corn, and they have got an incredible taste, I must admit. They are. I've used them since I've been here really, recommended by one of the old school gardeners who is very, very experienced and knowledgeable. And they are really nice. Now someone commented that if the sweet corn reaches your knee by, I think, did he say the 4th of July? I'm not sure. Then you'll get a good harvest. Well, some of them will have already. It's now, what, the 9th of July? But as you can see, some of them haven't. Hopefully that is because the weather has set everything back a bit and they will catch up. But we'll see. Not the brilliantest of places to grow sweet corn, as my neighbour has got some lovely cooking apple trees there, but it was the only space that I could find to put them in. So that's it with the sweet corn. Hopefully they'll grow. They are very shallow rooted sweet corn, so you know, you can prop them up if you want to. A lot of the experienced people on this site make frames for them to go in. Last year, I must admit, I had to make a real, like, Keith Robinson sort of frame halfway through the season because they were fully grown. The cobs had formed and we had winds and downpours, so that was a bit of a rushed string, beam pole, gaffer tape, that sort of thing, and we did save them. So just bear that in mind. You can't sort of go off and leave them for weeks and forget about them, because you could come back and they've all bent over. So we'll see. Anyway, keep them in their nice weed-free beds, nicely fed when the cobs are forming, and you should have a bumper harvest. And they're yum yum. Don't tell Tom, but I do give some sweet corn cobs to the chickens, so a few may disappear that way, but just between us.
Midnight, my favourite cat, is back. Hi Midnight, little vampire cat. Oh look, Tilly is here raiding my seed stash.
Yes, I am. We haven't got any coriander. Shall I grow some of that in a pot?
I've got some going, but you could do some as well, because it's good for curries. We make a nice chicken curry, don't we?
Yeah, we'll have to do that up here.
Flo
not
really
with our
likes
chickens.
No, not chickens from the plot. So
No.
what else? You're stealing sugar snaps and monge too.
Coriander, radish. Haven't grown any white radish.
Yeah.
What's this?
That's poached eggplants.
Oh,
These ones here. Someone's on the roof of the shed. Who is it? Oh, it's Sylvie. This is comfrey tea, which is probably ready to use now, and it stinks, doesn't it? You can smell it from there.
yeah, it does. Actually, we'll be doing a little bit on on nettle teas and comfrey teas and things. How to make them, how long to keep them and stuff.
It smells so bad. I don't know if you can see. And I guess that means it's ready if it stinks.
Yeah, it should be.
Well, I think I might water things with this today, because you said it's got a shelf life, hasn't it?
Yeah, once you open it and you start using it.
Yeah, I got another one of these, so I got 3.
You can, what they tell you to do if you've got a really strong mix in there is to dilute it when you use it.
I think I might have to, because it stinks. Why don't I keep going to smell it, knowing full well that it's disgusting? Right, so I'm gonna feed the tomatoes with this today. Roughly, like about this. It's supposed to be 1 cap of this to 20 caps of water.
So you put the water in first, have you?
I put the water in first, yeah. Give it a mix. Right, and then we'll water the.
God, it does stink.
We'll water these.
Oh, look at these coming on. What are they called again? I've forgotten.
This is Black Moon.
Blimey. Look, they get blacker and blacker.
Yeah. There's so much bindweed in here, which I'm going to deal with when everything's finished growing. That's the beef steak. Some beefy boys in there. Beefy boys. And then the gardener's delight.
It actually smells if you've got a really bad tooth infection and you need to go to the dentist.
Let's give some to the cucamelons. Yeah, you can do it with any flowering fruit. You can use this stuff apparently, or any flowers.
Oh, it's got nice parsley there.
Well, yeah, I'll trim that back. I need to use some.
Yeah, we do. Pumpkins grown since yesterday, I think. That's one of them. Tom's going to give them a feed.
Yeah, feed these as well, because yeah, it's good for anything with flowers, so they say. And this is when I come up tomorrow and they're all dead.
Don't. It reminds me of, I can remember watching a YouTube blogger. He's still going and he's moved to Wales now. I expect a lot of you know him actually. Sean, yeah. And he, on his allotment plot, he grew these things called shark fin melons.
Yeah.
And it was the first time he'd grown them, didn't know anything about them, and they literally took over the plot.
Yeah.
They really did.
I can imagine. I mean, I've cut the growing tips off the vines now, because someone said in the comments you can cut them back. I've not completely cut them back, because I've read that you shouldn't as well. You can cut off the growing tips, but I mean, as you all know, these are the solar panels for the plant. So the more you cut off, the less energy the fruit's going to have, really. So I've kept them as they are, but just snip the growing tips. Just an update on Hannah's gladioli. Look, they've all started to flower. Look at these. They've turned out really well. Although there's one over here. Can you see it's all bent because I caught a slug munching on that. I pulled the slug off and managed to save it, but it seems to have lived, which is good. So we've got a curly gladioli.
Today I'm going to start building my insect house. I think I mentioned it in another video. It's going to be around the wildlife area. I'll just show you because I have a few little insect houses there already. This is where I've got a few little insect houses and a butterfly house that I've been given by various people, and I've just popped them there. As you can see, the wildlife area is here. There's another little insect house in there which is quite cute, so I'm going to build it here. It's relatively flat. I've got a really sturdy plastic base for it, and over here I've got some bits and pieces I'll probably add to it. I haven't got an exact plan, so it's going to be very much like suck it and see. I'll be adding to it, changing it probably as I go along. So I've just about finished the insect house now. I had to stop filming quite a lot this afternoon because people were on their plots both sides of me and in front of me, and I don't really like doing it just in case I catch them in the frame. But anyway, I'll show you what I've done. This is what I've done. You can make your insect house as large or as small as you want to, really. This one, I have got quite a strong base. It's an old plastic tray. I've just filled it with bricks, with drain pipe that's got straw and cones pushed into them, and wood. I've got a broken crock pot in the middle that's filled with all stones and wood and cones, bits and pieces. And then we come up to the top, and I've finished off by putting a pot of nasturtiums and, oh hang on, I've forgotten what they're called, pot marigolds.
God, look at that, looks so much better.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just enough. I don't want to completely decimate the place, but
yeah, looks really neat.
It's a bit better now.
And that bug house looks really good as well, actually.
Yeah.
I want one.
Yeah, we'll get Flo to make you one. She's a wildlife ambassador.
Yeah, she is at school.
Yeah.
Well, we've had quite a bit, well, you've had quite a busy week. I've just been weeding.
Yes, I have. Yeah, I've done quite a bit on the plot this week. And now I'm trying to just do odd jobs and get on top of the weeds and things, really.
Yeah.
As everyone is. It's awful, isn't it, this time of year?
It's nice and sunny. It's nice and warm today. A nice warm day to end the week.
Yes.
So before we sign off this video, don't forget to become a member to the channel. We'd very much appreciate it, and you get to see a lot of behind the scenes things. Me and Tor went to explore an abandoned pet cemetery. That's one of the videos for members only. You can go check that out. It's a bit spooky. and there's going to be lots more behind the scenes content, a few posts every week, photos of things that we're getting up to, videos in the pipeline, that sort of thing. And it's the cost of a packet of seeds each month, and it all goes back into improving our allotments and videos, doesn't it?
It does, yes. Yeah. And don't forget, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, share. That would be brilliant. Thank you so much. And keep the comments coming, because I find them so useful, and they're lovely. They really are. Yeah. And we'll continue to reply to them, and go from there, really. It's really kind of you to take the time to do it, to be honest. Yes, we're very grateful to every one of our subscribers and everyone who comments, because it spurs us on to do more, doesn't it? It does, yeah. It's nice, and so we will see you guys in the next one. Yep. Tune in out. Bye. Bye.